Quantum computing is no longer just an idea for the distant future. It's rapidly becoming a tangible reality. And Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella just sent a striking message that's shaking up the tech world. We usually associate Microsoft with artificial intelligence, but now the company is boldly stepping into the quantum arena, making what once seemed like science fiction feel surprisingly accessible. If you thought quantum breakthroughs were decades away, you might want to reconsider, because Nadella insists this is happening much sooner than expected. During Microsoft's recent earnings call, Nadella described quantum technology as the next major accelerator in cloud computing. But this wasn't just empty hype. Unlike typical tech buzzwords, Nadella brought concrete evidence to back up his claims, signaling a potential game-changing transformation in how Microsoft approaches cloud strategies. This shift could radically alter the race for AI supremacy that so many in the industry are focused on today. Microsoft's AI and cloud engine is not just gaining traction, it's roaring ahead at full speed. Their fourth quarter results for fiscal year 2025 blew past expectations once again, with revenue soaring to an impressive $76.44 billion and earnings per share reaching $3.65. Well above forecasts from Wall Street analysts. However, the standout figure was Azure's remarkable 39% year-over-year growth, propelled by exploding AI workloads and a steady stream of enterprise customers committed to the platform. Interestingly, investors were more concerned about supply constraints than demand, as Microsoft announced a planned $30 billion capital expenditures surge aimed at expanding data center capacity to handle this overwhelming compute demand. This bold investment is already paying off, feeding a virtuous cycle of increased cloud migration, higher inference activity, and widespread adoption of AI tools such as Microsoft's Copilot. The synergy between software, infrastructure, and services is accelerating with each quarter. Stock analysts have taken note of this momentum. KeyBank recently upgraded Microsoft to an overweight rating, with a price target of $630, praising the company's consistent ability to achieve double-digit growth. Mizuho and Melius Research also lauded Microsoft stock as a must-own, especially as the company nears a staggering $4 trillion market cap. To put this in perspective, Microsoft shares have surged 27% so far this year, significantly outperforming the S&P 500's 7.8% gain. Even more striking, in the short term, Microsoft posted a 24% return, dwarfing broader market gains. Of course, this exceptional performance comes at a price. Microsoft is currently trading at a premium, with shares valued at more than 34 times non-GAAP earnings and 12 times forward sales, both roughly 8% to 10% above their 5-year averages. This raises questions about whether the stock's lofty valuation is justified or if investors might be getting ahead of themselves. But here's where it gets really interesting. Nadella's message about quantum computing wasn't just a side note in the earnings call. It represented a fundamental strategic pivot. He emphasized quantum as an immediate priority, not a pipe dream far off in the future. To underline this, he proudly announced a groundbreaking milestone. Microsoft, in collaboration with Atom Computing, achieved the world's first operational deployment of a Level 2 quantum computer in July 2025. This achievement transforms Microsoft's quantum efforts from theoretical research into a real-world inflection point. Nadella explained that Microsoft will continue investing with a long-term vision, moving forward steadily every quarter while planning for decade-long arcs. Part of this involves building Magni, a robust quantum system based on neutral atom technology developed in partnership with Atom Computing. Construction is set to start in the fall of 2025 with the goal of handling early quantum workloads by 2027. This approach integrates Microsoft's strong Azure cloud infrastructure with cutting-edge quantum hardware, focusing on developing fault-tolerant systems that can operate reliably even with today's technological challenges. What makes the quantum scene so fascinating right now, and controversial for some, is how differently big tech players are approaching the technology. While Google and IBM pursue superconducting quantum processors, Microsoft is betting on neutral atoms, following a somewhat unorthodox path. Yet, despite these technical differences, all companies share the same ultimate ambition: quantum computing that can revolutionize industries. This development invites a question: which approach will ultimately dominate? Is Microsoft's choice to diverge from its peers a bold vision or a high-risk gamble? It's an open debate that warrants close attention and invites readers to share their thoughts. Meanwhile, the entire quantum ecosystem is gaining momentum. NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang recently stated that quantum computing is hitting an inflection point, with hybrid quantum classical systems expected to deliver practical benefits in the near term. Billionaire Bill Gates is even more optimistic, anticipating usable quantum breakthroughs within 3 to 5 years. From an economic perspective, the potential is staggering. McKinsey's 2025 Quantum Technology Monitor estimates the quantum computing market could be worth $100 million by 2035. Fortune Business Insights also forecasts an explosive growth from just over $1 billion in 2024 to an astonishing $12.6 billion by 2032, reflecting nearly a 35% compound annual growth rate. Investors cannot afford to ignore such explosive potential. Cathie Wood's ARK Invest exemplifies the investment community embracing quantum, famously stating, "The only way to predict the future is to invent it." This reflects the rapidly evolving mindset around quantum technology. What was once mere speculation is now a fiercely competitive frontier, shifting at a dizzying pace. And this is the part most people miss. While AI grabs the headlines today, quantum computing could prove even more transformative down the road, fundamentally reshaping not only cloud infrastructure, but the entire technological landscape. Are investors and tech leaders ready for this quantum leap? Or is it another hype cycle that might disappoint? What do you think? Are you convinced by Microsoft's quantum vision or skeptical that the hype will meet reality? Share your views and join the conversation.